good.
Okay. Let's see here. Up there, yeah. Okay. Alright, just me tonight. Sophia's out doing mutual aid shit. What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about specifically the event coming up by Poder in Action. It's on Tuesday. It's a Unidos meeting. I've been posting about it, I think, just the last couple of days specifically. Poder in Action is a local organization here to Phoenix, Arizona. Back in 2020, I believe it was, maybe could have been early 2021. Anyways, back in like 2020, 2021, I did a lot of canvassing for them for a couple of their campaigns, and that's how I got to know them a little bit more. That Poder in Action recently has donated $5,000. Well, not they haven't donated $5,000, but they're matching up to $5,000 with the GoFundMe that Unsheltered Phoenix is running. So you guys have seen me talking about that. But specifically, what I want to talk about today versus Unsheltered Phoenix is Poder specifically because they're doing that Unidos meeting. I'm trying to get people to show up. Poder in Action is one of the many orgs that I started getting involved with when I first started back in 2020 to start trying to do shit. This is something I've kind of briefly touched about. Is basically back in 2020, I was with my ex-partner at the time, and COVID had just started, and I pay too much. So what was I saying? Anyways, I was standing on the corner of Glendale, this fucking white suburbia that all of a sudden all these Trump flags went all over the fucking neighborhood. My pride flag started getting stolen. Anyways, I'm standing at the corner and people, I don't know, like about 3 or 4 different people stopped their cars in the middle of the street to yell at me and scream at me for literally standing on a corner with a sign saying "Dump Trump." I had a little "Dump Trump" sign myself, and I also had the big one, which I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's been in my videos before, where it says, "I did not serve my country to see my brothers and sisters die in the streets." And some people have misconstrued that message, but whatever. It's like, the point is that I didn't go through the bullshit that I went through to see shit like this happen. I mean, I didn't go through the shit that I went through for a lot of things, but like, it's more of a kick in the face that we're putting up with all this bullshit and being told all these lies and etc. So long story short, from there I went to protest with BLM Phoenix Metro. I started getting super involved with them. I volunteered for some of their stuff. Through them, I got involved through Mutual Aid Phoenix. I dabbled a little bit in White Paws. I was basically throwing myself all around the valley trying to figure something the fuck out. I was like, where do I fit? And then eventually I met Sophia. Sophia and I met, God, when was that? Gosh, it was 1.3, a year and 3 months ago. God damn, that was so long ago. Anyways, we met and we started dating, and she helps do all that shit, and I just naturally started helping her. And here the fuck I am. I started posting on TikTok about all the bullshit happening with the sweeps, which have been stopped since that one time that Stacey Champion got the citation / fake arrest thing that happened to her, and been posting about it since. And I forgot what my point was. So I'm going to go scrolling back up, and I'm going to start looking at your comments real quick. All right, what we got? Girl, don't freak out. There's a big water bug. Yes, I saw your comment. I did not see the bug. Gross. All right, I live on the Chandler-Gilbert line. I get yelled at for having California tattoos. Yeah, honestly, it was a big surprise. I lived in Glendale for almost, I think 3 years. And I mean, it was a bunch of old white people. I didn't really like the move. My ex decided that one. But anyways, it's when the election shit happened and George Floyd, all that, it's like everybody went fucking crazy. It's like I literally was standing on a corner with a fucking sign and people were like, "I'm going to fucking kill you." I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? And people are like, "Are you a fascist?" And I'm like, do you know what that means? It's just literally, it was bizarro fucking world. Through all this, I ended up, I had a house because I'm a military veteran. I'm a disabled veteran. I have benefits. I had a home in Glendale. I sold it. I was like, I'm fucking out of here. And I started realizing a bunch of shit. And I came down to downtown Phoenix, and I got a place right here. I'm going to college around the corner because I'm getting a social work degree. And, honestly, at first I was just like, yeah, of course I'm going to help my partner. Yeah, I see it's really bad down here. And then I moved down here and holy shit, I did not realize it is bad. And obviously I've been trying to share this story with you guys because it's like, holy crap, what the fuck is happening? All right, what else are we doing? Hey, I heard you were very involved with the community. How can I help you out? Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can help me out specifically. As I mentioned, my partner is Sophia of Unsheltered Phoenix. She started this summer a big GoFundMe for a cooler project. It's called the Safe Temp Action. If you go to my profile, there's a link tree. It's right there at the very top. You can read more about it. It's being hosted by BLM Phoenix Metro because they're a nonprofit with an actual, like, the legal shit, and Unsheltered Phoenix is just a group, you know, not a real nonprofit or like whatever official thing. I'm not an official thing either. I'm just a person. So that's that. The Cooler Project is doing, I think, fairly well. I forgot to look at it, but Poder in Action, who I'm trying to boost tonight, I was speaking about earlier, they're doing an up to 5,000 match and donation. So anything that you give right now, and I think the last time I looked, we were at 4,000. So we're pretty close to that maximum. So from the run of Poder helping us, that's an extra 10K added on. And I forgot, the maxes that we needed was 30K. And that's what that's doing is that those personal coolers, if you've seen them around Phoenix, I have one for you. It's these guys. Probably, if you have been looking, you have seen these. You have seen these around. I have passed out probably a couple hundred myself. The good thing about this is that we did this, me and Sophia did this together last year because we started dating right at the beginning of the summer. We started dating in, what was that? It was March. And we started dating right before the summer, and we did a cooler project then that was only about 1,000, and that was just me and her for the most part, just slinging fucking coolers all over the valley. And this year it was like, let's go big, let's go home, let's put fucking coolers out because it's gonna be worse this year. And honestly, Sophia was really the one she was like, it's gonna be worse, and I didn't like understand. It's been worse with the housing crisis, with COVID, and everything just piled up on top. It's been so bad. So I believe about 4,000 coolers have been passed out already. Lots of different groups have been involved. Some have gone to Tucson as well. It's been like a very intersectional effort. Besides the coolers, water, and ice that goes for that, there's been a lot of efforts for shade. There's been some dabbling with building shade structures, but we haven't had as much time for that just because of the huge effort it is to get these supplies out, which is our major part of our work. But also like tents. There was if you guys were paying attention a little while ago, Unsheltered Phoenix did this whole thing with for Juneteenth, the whole weekend, all funds went for just tents for Black femmes, and the importance of that is like the most disadvantaged person on the street would be the Black femme. And she talks all about that on the pages. She runs 2 pages on Instagram. I really recommend you go visit that because like everything I ever talk about or do is literally almost all of it from my partner. Also, obviously from groups like Poder in Action, Mutual Aid Phoenix. I learned a lot from like my peers there, and just White Paws. Fuck, I mean, who else? Like I'm just calling everybody out. Like I learned a lot from that time in 2020 when everybody was like grouping up and trying to figure out where do I fit in the valley. So how can you help me? GoFundMe. Sorry, this is a really long explanation. Another way, I am now going to be every Friday in Social Spin Phoenix. The address is available on my profile. You can just Google it as well. I will be there. Sophia is also making an effort to be there. She has an actual job, and like myself, I am a GI, disabled veteran. I use my benefits to survive. Thankfully, with both of our incomes, we're doing okay, so I can do the work that I'm doing. Ideally, one day that she could not do her job as well, so she could join me and we could just be like steamrolling through here, but we're not there yet. We born and raised in a state that is now a hellscape. We're in Arizona. Sorry, if you're still around. I wasn't born and raised here. Actually, it's actually a long story. My dad. So my grandfather was in the Army, and I don't know the whole story, but my father is one of 7. So he's an Army brat, and they gave birth to him when they were in Germany. But right after that, they came to Arizona. He was originally from Arizona. I was born in America, and then I was immediately overseas. I spent my entire young adulthood overseas. I joined the military when I was 22. I've talked a little bit about that culture shock from being over in Europe, coming over here a couple times. And yeah, that's been kind of crazy. So it's kind of like weird because my dad was kind of from Arizona, and then I ended up here. I wrote my final college essay on the effects of heat in the low-income communities of AZ. Kelly Dawn, let me see here. Can I interact with you? I'm going to follow you. Send me that. What's up, Grams? What's up, Nightmare? You're so amazing. Thank you for your work. Thank you for checking in, cluing in, dialing in. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, it's all old white folks over here. Yikes. Haha, they don't. Okay, looks like I think I caught up. No. Oh, shit, no. It refreshed. Oh, no, there's a bunch. They don't. Hey, yo. Yeah, I drive up 59th Avenue. It's sad. I want to come get a t-shirt this week. You're there 12 to 6. Oh, yeah. So I'm at Social Spin every Friday. I will be there physically. 12 to 6 as the main like volunteer person again. I'll probably be there other days in the week. I can't schedule it or tell you guys until probably like the day of. I put it in my stories. So Friday 12 to 6 you can definitely get a shirt from me. And Sophia might be there. I went to downtown to protest and saw all the tents. So sad. So yeah, it's actually, so Sophia's been doing this for like I think 5 years now, and I've been doing this for like I guess 1 year with like Unsheltered specifically, and like 2 years with activism. And I did actually go to a protest back in 2020 that was organized by people who lived in the zone. And this, I didn't know anything. Like I used to live in Glendale, and I was like, I hate the city, I hate driving. So I never fucking came down here, so I didn't know shit. It's actually changed a lot just from then. If you guys are interested, you can actually kind of see some footage if you go into Google Maps and use the street view. It's not perfect because you have to think that I think they have to pick the footage with the least amount of people for the facial recognition, but you can see a drastic difference without, going actually looky-loo. Because I feel like that's kind of weird, just like driving around to look. Sophia's handle, she's on Instagram at Unsheltered Phoenix, which is Unsheltered PHX. And her page of herself is Create, but it's CREEATE. Thank you for the rose. Sup. Thank you for the Julys. Cheering you on from Ohio. Thank you, Jen. My grandma, my dad's side is from, I'm going to mispronounce this. Latvia? Mi madre es española. Actually, yeah, have I mentioned that? Yeah, I have. My mom's Spanish. Yo hablo español. Tengo un acento en inglés, pero bueno. What else? They were all military. Yeah, honestly, I was in oh, hello. Oh God, the stand died. I'm using a stand that's got energy on it, and it just died on me. Here, we'll go traditional. There we go. This thing, I bought this while I was on vacation. So I grew up. Where did I grow up? I grew up in Germany. Hello, cat. Keep going. Sorry about that. I grew up mostly in Germany. I was in Germany for like 7 years. I was in Italy for like 5. I was in Spain every summer. My mom's Spanish. We would go back and visit family in the summer. Coming over to America from overseas was a huge culture shock. Like I said, I came over when I was 22. I joined the Navy. That was a terrible experience. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Yes, there was a cat. Let's see. Oh yeah, did I ever talk about the poder thing? I don't think I did. I get distracted so easily without Sophia here. Shit. Oh yeah, let me tell you guys. So Sophia, I have been posting my bullshit all day. Sophia has been nonstop doing mutual aid. We wanted to go live together so she could tell you a little bit about it, but at the end of the day, she's running off to go help somebody move because somebody got housing. Somebody that we know who lives outside got housing today, so she's using the truck to go take them over there. I am officially, I tell her I'm done with everything at 6 p.m. and especially past 9 p.m. So it's just like an agreement that I do not do anything else past 9 p.m. So she's handling it. See, she's a star. I'm like fuck no. I was like, I'll help you in the morning. She's like, no, we're doing it tonight. I was like, all right, deuces, have a good time. And she's having a great time. And we helped somebody earlier. I posted briefly about the water. I just want to talk about specifically is that if you see somebody who's passed out or looks to be like lying down, just check on them. What you can do is like see if they just get close and see if they're breathing. And if they are breathing, but it seems kind of like shallow or maybe if it seems different, just like, hey, be like, hey, how you doing? Long story short, we did that and we encouraged somebody who was lying down on pavement to move to a grassy area across the street, and we helped them. We gave them some frozen water bottles from the fridge the freezer that I have on the porch that the city of Phoenix tried to make me get rid of, that they stopped bugging me about. So I think this bitching worked. And just like that, I mean, honestly, it's a constant thing. I cannot leave the house without seeing like this huge need, and it's like I'm screaming about it, Stacy Champion screaming about it, obviously Sophia, all these other organizations, and it's just really that bad. How do you donate water? So you can donate water in a couple different ways. If you're local and you can do a drop off, you can drop it off at Social Spin every day. They're open from noon to 6. I know Google says that it's not open, but it's open from noon to 6. There will always be somebody there. I will be there on Fridays. And there are fridges. There are fridges all over the valley. In my profile, I have a link that's a Google Map overlay of the ones that I personally know of and a couple other people who are helping me. Thank you guys so much if you're watching. There's also, I just added, I think yesterday, a link that was made by Mutual Aid Phoenix of an image of more fridges. I'm trying to keep the map kind of more precise to what I know of because I feel like it's going to get out of control unless there's somebody inside of the group updating it. Like I need eyes on it before I want to have it on my map. But this is an updated list, and I put like what day it was updated, so you can go look at the little infographic for more. And I hope to continue to do this. Like I don't know how it really ended up, but I do have people reaching out to me to be a resource, which is why I made the calendar for both where resources are and how to volunteer, because honestly I was tired of answering the question over and over. Who's harassing me? You have to be more specific. Part of my paper had emphasis on the lack of green and landscapes that help aid. And yeah, that's a big thing, is that right nearby the zone encampments, right where the closest park is, which is University Park, there's this strip of green called I think it's Woodland Parkway. That is the non-park. That is the park that people aren't allowed to be in. It's got the no trespassing signs and people get pushed out of all the time. And it also has irrigation flooding, so sometimes people can't even be in it because it's flooded out. And then right there is the park, University Park, which opens at 10:30 a.m. And if you follow my partner on Instagram, you can see in her stories today, because she details sometimes like stuff that she's done, and she mentions like how this person that we helped this person. We went through this whole thing where we took a person to a CVS to get them some stuff because they were, and she notices shit that I don't. She saw that this person was walking and it looked like maybe they needed a walk or something. And when she stopped to talk to him, the gentleman had a bunch of blisters on his feet. So we took him, got some fucking medication, helped him out. Anyways, it's a whole process, and it's just like, why do we not have social networks to help people? Why do we have our elders hobbling down the street trying to get to the dollar store, which probably doesn't have anything in it? It's literally unacceptable. And like I've talked about this dollar store, it's the closest store next to the zone. I think it's a mile away from the largest encampment in Arizona, and there's never anything in it. And so this guy's hobbling to the store that probably doesn't even have anything. And it's just like, it's so honestly depressing. And that's why I'm constantly posting about it. And people, like, I've actually literally had some pushback recently with people like thinking that I'm doing this for fucking the clout because I like the likes. I'm like, sure, I enjoy people engaging with me, but the fucking content is terrible. I don't want to be famous for this. I want to be famous for fucking doing a muscle up. What the fuck, guys? We're in bizarro dystopia land. What the fuck? Landscaping. Yes, the landscaping here is awful. I just made that video today, literally cooking an egg on the goddamn street, not a strip of grass anywhere, and they're ripping out the goddamn bus stops. That's literally what they're doing. I went back because I was trying to find footage, because I've taken footage of people standing there waiting for the fucking bus with the fucking sun beating down on them, and that bus stop has been gone since April, and I called them. I think it was mid-May, and I posted about that, where they just like, who are you? Like, what the fuck do you care? Where's the goddamn bus stop? It's because they can see your number. It's just like, oh my God, I'm so tired of the city. What clout? The clout of all these people. Of me using my disability money to fund this. You know, I used to just play video games all day before I woke the fuck up. Well, that's how I dealt with my trauma. I dealt with my trauma with, and fucking video games. I'm an alcoholic that doesn't drink, so I couldn't do that anymore. I was working out a lot. Now I just do a bunch of mutual aid shit. God, it's so fucking depressing. All right, we're getting back to the Poder thing. We're going to get there one day. Poder has a meeting happening on Tuesday. And I posted about it, but we're going to talk about it again. At the end of this, it's probably backwards, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay. Well, they had this post today, and basically at the end of it, they tell you to RSVP. There's a link in their bio. Please go to Instagram, RSVP, go to the bio, abolition. That's what the answer is to all this bullshit. Congratulations, Kelly. I've been sober for 6 years. I'll be 7 years in December. Oh shit, congratulations. I'm glad. I actually, I think I stopped before it damaged me too much. Most of my damage is physical. Cracked tooth. Got a cracked tooth from fucking eating it. Some other bullshit. Yeah. Anyways, alcohol almost ruined my life, but thankfully I managed to stop. And that's another thing, actually, my alcoholism has enabled me to understand problems with addiction and how that struggle goes and stuff. So congratulations, Lori. Yeah, so it's just like, I feel like it's a little depressing that apparently you have to have gone through it to get like a good understanding and I guess the empathy for other people, but it's fucking crazy. I'm sorry, Kelly. Congrats, Jen. It feels like there might be a trend sometimes. Not saying that everybody is, but I think there's more understanding with people who have suffered from addiction problems. Yeah, I mean, it's like it was a huge part of my military career. My military career was full of like for a long time I blamed just myself. You know, honestly, I have fault there, but like the constant barrage of sexism and like sitting there in the office and they're like, you have CPTSD. Anyway, I stopped going to therapy. It was really bad. Like, I did not enjoy it. Did not enjoy it. In fact, I was getting actually mad at the end of my therapy. I should talk about that in my little military trauma series. I had a sudden like feeling and realization that the therapy I was going through was meant to make me conform to society after I have been damaged by it, because like I'm so reactive and angry that I'm supposed to go through these like breathing processes versus saying get the fuck out of my fucking face. It's like, I don't think I'm there yet. I'm taking a break from therapy. I think I need that anger still. I notice people who have suffered addiction do seem to gravitate towards mutual aid work. It's honestly, it's a weird place that I ended up. Like I said, I was going to school, and then I don't know. It's just like I can't. Like it's been a while since I've talked about this stuff that I do, but like literally, like I've wiped people's asses. We've like seen people die right in front of us, and we've had screaming matches with the cops. It's just like it's this. I keep feeling like I'm in like this like kind of like, is this my life? Is this reality? Like what the fuck? And it's everywhere. I keep thinking like maybe I'm crazy, but then I go out the fucking front door and then I just encounter another fucking traumatic scene. So I was just like, no, it's obviously not. It's like, obviously I just need to move away from downtown Phoenix. I'm doing better. All right. So the Poder thing, go to Poder in Action on Instagram, get involved with them. They're a great organization. I'll be promoting other great organizations as I see them pop up with stuff. Please check out the calendar. I'm going to try to get back to the newsletter, but I've been kind of crazy with my schedule. I hope to live as he presses. Honestly, it's been kind of like a slow, trickly road. Like I've always kind of flirted with abolition, but I've been kind of firmly saying I'm an abolitionist for like a couple of months now. It's like I've always kind of been like, oh yeah, abolition maybe. Well, with kind of like leaning, saying maybe we could be reform still. No, it's not going to fucking work. The system is not built for no fucking buddy. It's built for profit. So, yeah, the police, the systems are not built for any one of us. So, all right, that's all I got for tonight. Hopefully next time Sophia can join us. I'm going to bed, as I mentioned. She's out doing shit, but I am old as shit and I'm broken. I'm gonna go to sleep. How do you hang up? I'm 36. My TikTok. You can press back. Swipe left to close. I'm swiping left to close. This is embarrassing.